Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. How's everybody out there doing? I hope you all doing well, having a fantastic life. Um, yeah, man, you know, all right, we into it. Well, as you all know, I've been doing my investigation about a lot of shit that's been going on, not just in Philadelphia, but in America and America's relationship with my father's home country, Cuba, the CIA, the Boule, and how they all relate to each other, and how the CIA used the Boule to house, manipulate, and um, and abuse Cuban children in many different ways. You notice the background that I got up. This is an investigation. I'm walking you all through an investigation that I've been doing for longer than I even know, because it seemed like this is well, not seemed like this is something that's been going on since before I was born. So me doing this investigation is not just for me. It's for my bloodline, my family, my children, my brother who was a victim, my sisters who are victims and don't even realize it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. For me, right? For my children, for my nieces and nephews. It's sad when you find out the place that you've called home, the place where you was born, the place where, you love, live, you live life, you know, whether, you know, whether it's the life you wanted to live or whatever it was, it's your life, you know what I mean? You're entitled to live it. But once you find out the place that you was born has been opposed to you the entire time, you know what I mean? Because of what your your relationship with Cuba and how you feel about the Cuban people, because the CIA always had a bad relationship with Cubans. They even stole Cubans. I put up different things right here about the Boule and about the CIA and how they planted Cuban children in Boule families and Boule households. I'm one of those children that they did this to. Alonzo Brown was Boule. Um, my grandmother's sons or whatever. I don't know if they were preview to the information, but I'm pretty sure they were. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that they're Boule as well. See, what the CIA did was they manipulated my family and had them fuck my life up for a long time and just use me as a slave, as a puppet, as just something, you know what I mean? That's what they did. They did the same thing to my sisters. They did the same, they're still doing it. They're still doing it. Originally, when this whole investigation started, I thought it was about house, a fucking household on 18th Street. I thought it was about um I didn't know what the fuck it was about. I know they wanted sperm, semen. I know that they wanted to set me up, shit like this. I know that they wanted to scare the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? Put me in fear. They wanted me to kill myself. They wanted to kill me by giving me illicit substances that was spiked with whatever's in it, but that didn't work. They tried the lover game where, this CIA operative come into your life. I'm not even going to go to the supernatural part. Speaking just what's real. Have a CIA operative come into your life. They've been in your life, but this one never been in your life. And she come into your life after they set your life up. Bottom line, they set your life up. They put people in my sister's lives to set my life up, and they put people in my life to set their lives up. This is what they do. And the Boule did this. I don't know how the CIA did this. See what the CIA does, they use different secret organizations like the Masonic Order, like the Boule, and like the Eastern Stars. And what they do is all of them will have a general assembly, an assignment of what they have to do. You could be Boule and be a part of the Masons or the Eastern Stars, and you could combine all of that. But this is what they do. The CIA have secret orders. And whenever they want to carry out these secret orders and shit like that, instead of them doing it, they appoint it to one of their secret organizations like the Boule, the Masons, or the Eastern Stars, or all three in combination. This is what they do. This is why I got the little Boule symbol right here. You know what I mean? This document right here, it shows Operation Northwood. You know, it's Operation Mongoose. It's another operation on here I can't see at the top of the page. But the one that they didn't put on here was Operation Peter Pan. That's what Alonzo Brown would call my brother sometimes, Peter Pan. And I never understood why. Or Pedro Pan. Cubans would know it as Pedro Pan, or Spanish, they would know it as Pedro Pan. But Operation Peter Pan, Alonzo Brown was a part of. And other people and, whatever. And what they did was they kidnapped Cuban children from Cuba, brought them over here. It's actually in one of the dossiers they said that they took Cuban people who exiled or left Cuba. They took them and trained them to invade Cuba. So what they did was they brought them to America. They trained these Cubans, certain Cubans, and sent them back to Cuba in order to infiltrate Cuba. And Fidel Castro caught on to it. He caught on to it, just like I caught on to this bullshit that they put me in, right, for so fucking long. This is why I think they wanted me to either off me and kill myself or try to put me in jail, which they're still trying to do. They still got all types of fucking traps set. I have to really walk a very narrow and thin fucking line because they have people all around me at all times watching. This is what they do. This is what they do. They have people all around me at all times fucking watching. And this is why I want to put this information out here and really get it out there so people can understand what I'm dealing with and not only what I'm dealing with, you may be dealing with too. This is gang stalking at its highest level. And I'm wondering why I'm turning in documents like federal tort claim letters. I'm turning in documents to the Department of Defense. And I'm wondering why I'm not getting help. I'm not getting any help because the people that I'm seeking help from or justice from is the very people who put all this in motion. That's why I believe they had my brother commit suicide because they knew that after a while he'd probably come into the same knowledge. That's why I believe they tried to do a lot of things in my life because they knew that I would come into this knowledge. And before I came into this knowledge, they rather extract what they can from me and then get rid of me by making me off myself or do something stupid where I end up in jail or killed or some shit like that. And it's another piece of the thing that another piece of the puzzle that I didn't speak on yet is the fact that they said they steal your children. They'll plant you in families that have children with certain families and then have those family members switch up on you to take your children. This is why you got shit like, this what is it? The welfare shit and all that, where you gotta, you know what I mean? Because they'll fuck up your life. They'll push you out of your child's life, right? And then they'll force you to not have no job by fucking your job up. Then they'll force you out of your child's life, and now you in jail for child support, which they wanted you to be anyway. They wanted you in jail anyway because they really want to take the kid from you. They really want to take your children. This way they could indoctrinate them the way that they want to. And not only it's an in that everything is an in that meets multiple meanings because all the craft. So they'll take the child, send you to jail, and now they're rehabilitating you, showing you like what? That you ain't shit, that you just an animal, that you just a number, right? And at the same time, they could indoctrinate your child at the same time and pull whatever type of weird shit that they want to do. Because they do rituals on us. See, we on this level. We on the pawn level. And I finally understand, a lot of shit that I've been hearing and a lot of shit that I've been seeing and feeling. We on a pawn level. They watch us from a different type of level. But there's a level on top of that level that's watching this level and their level, right? Because it's 3D chess. What's on top of their level, what's on top of the government level, is guiding me into this information. I can't help that. It's why I'm exposing you dirtbags because it's not right. And I love America. I love America. But you cannot continue to do people that you took from other places like this. You can't. You can't. Your secrets is fucking out. Cat Williams was right. 2025 is the year all will be revealed. You can't hide this shit. You can't. I turned in federal tort claims letters to the Department of Defense after going to the FBI and getting basically hung up on and getting basically turned around, right? So I go to the Department of Defense. Then they send the shit back to the FBI. Why would you send a federal tort claim letter to the FBI who didn't give me any help in the first place? That's because you covered this up for your CIA, right? For your secret organizations, for your Boule, for your Masonic Order, for the Eastern Star detectives that you had come and arrest me at my goddamn at my children's grandparents' house and fuck my arm up. This is what y'all doing. Y'all play physical games with people to to mentally and spiritually manipulate them. And you boule motherfuckers, right? You play booty games. I believe Alonzo Brown played booty games with my mom, with my uncles and all of them to initiate them into the boule because they had my own fucking family set me up. They had my own family set me up. And I don't even want to go into how deep that is. But just know that I know. I know the act. I know all you motherfuckers were acting. I know how you did it. I know the Scanner Picos had y'all set me up with people from my neighborhood and everything. All you motherfuckers. And that whole little Master Street area is Boule. That whole community is Boule, Mason, Eastern Stars, all that type of shit. I mean, I'm not including the ones that don't know, because if you don't know, then you just don't know. Because being a part of these groups, you don't even have to know you're a part of it, right? It's spiritual. There's Boule babies, and they don't even know that they Boule. They just got that Boule energy, that Boule spirit, right? So they're Boule by default, right? There's people that's a part of certain sets. We're all different. We think that our differences are based on race, right? That's a part of it. Yeah, you have differences based on race, but our differences are not solely based on race. A lot of our differences are based on our soul that we possess. That's your different. That's what makes your character. That's what makes your personality, the soul that you possess. And not to mention, I was born on Jesus' birthday. So these people tried to crucify me so I could die for their sins, just like Jesus did humanity. The Brodus family, or my Uncle Vern, he would call himself a Williams, right? And this is Williams Penn, right? William Penn. They really tried to crucify me for their fucking sins, for the sins of whomever, whatever families. They tried to crucify me for that. And I did nothing wrong to anybody. Uncles and everybody. Everybody. They set me up with friends. They set me up with family. They set me up with my wife's, my in-laws' family. They set me up with a community and shit like that. That shows you how important a person is. And I believe that they won't let me get past this point of where I'm at right now and out of Philadelphia into somewhere better because they still have plots against me. They still got shit in the works and plotting against me. You know, they fuck up shit here with my job or whatever I'm doing over here. They fuck up this, fuck up that, and they make it look like it's just a coincidence. Oh, it's mere coincidence. But not when everything is contrived. Not when you're in a jar. You see that little Boule symbol right there? If you pay attention to that symbol, it speaks volumes. Everything is symbolism. And Boule has levels to it. That organization has level to it. So there's people that's just working at different places on the lowest level of the Boule. Then there's people on another level that controls certain shit. The highest level of the Boule is the Skull and Bones. The Skull and Bones is the highest level of the Boule, right? Organization. Those are your politicians. Those are your politicians. Those are the one that go to Bohemian Grove and do booty games and sacrifices and children and shit like that. That's what they do. And the things that the people on the second level do, your entertainers, your stars, your shit like that, is to make sure that the highest level is happy. So this way they can continue to gain success and stardom and shit like that. And sometimes they even become sacrifices and things like that. They all, it's very intricate the way everything is done. And I believe this is purely speculation right here, right? But the Boule symbol is a Taurus, right? The bull, right? You see a lot of them wearing the Chicago Bulls and shit. The terrorist attack that's going on right now, right? They using Toro app. Ain't that a bull? Don't you tell a bull Toro? So it's the CIA using secret organizations to commit terrorist attacks in the United States. That's what I'm going. That's where I'm. You know what I mean? If they could do this to a person, if they could try to force and nudge a citizen's life, what's to say they can't force and nudge a whole uh what country's life or dictate the way that you think or see things or perceive a thing? Because this is what they'll do to me. This is why I have to do my videos because I see, realize, and comprehend a lot of things. I don't even know if you'll ever be able to watch my podcast, but I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put it out there because we live in a dichotomy. I realize that. I'm tired of seeing things happen, right? Within our community, within our country, within our state that don't make no fucking sense. And we just got to sit up here and just look at it and say, okay, just another day in the fucking America, right? No, cut the bullshit, cut the charades. Stop attacking your own fucking people. CIA, stop attacking your own fucking people, right? Through the Boule, through the Masonic Order, through the fucking Eastern Stars, right? Stop hurting your own fucking people. Try that. If somebody's special, let them know they special and own up to your fucking mistakes. When you do somebody wrong and somebody catch you, own up to it. Because you're not God. You're the government acting as God, right? Same thing for the FBI. If somebody call you, understand you are like the ultimate police out here. If I'm going through something, especially with some mafia shit, if somebody threatening my life and attacking my life and hurting my life in many different ways, who the fuck you gonna call? Not the Ghostbusters. You gonna call the FBI. Because you motherfuckers is the investigators. But you have yet to investigate anything that I've been dealing with, to my knowledge. You have been, but you don't have to because you already previewed to all this stuff. The investigation been done, and you been knew that I was right. What's the purpose of me still being here in this situation? Is there a certain date and time that you're waiting to do something to me or my children? Is there another ritual you trying to play out? You sick satanic motherfuckers. I digress. It's sad that a good man gotta realize this. A good woman gotta realize this. It's sad that you choose to put people's children through this type of thing. And I'm gonna put my fucking foot down. I'm gonna put my foot down and I'm gonna put it on your fucking neck. And I'm gonna put it on YouTube and I'm gonna put it on Rumble and I'm gonna put it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere I can and blow this fucking trumpet. Cause you're wrong. America, you're wrong. You need to face up to what you did to Cuban people way back when. They fought you off. The Northwood, once you discovered, they had what was that? The Cuban when y'all had the Cuban Missile Crisis. Y'all backed off of Cuba because y'all realized they wasn't fucking playing with you. Then instead of playing with them in their own country, because you realized that you couldn't keep fucking with them in their country, you killed their leaders and you took children from them, right? And you sent them to America, so that way you could play with a Cuban person or Cuban people in your own homeland. You let the girls have one or two children, and then you take their reproductive ability away. How do I know this? Because both my sisters had that done to them. Maybe in different ways, but it still happened that way. One or two children, and that's it, right? My dad, you let him run around and you know what I mean, bunny hop all these women because you wanted to spread that seed. I got you. I got you, motherfuckers. I got you. You know I got you. You don't want to admit it, but you know I got you. I got you. And I know I got you. Just do me right. Do my children right. Do me right. Right? If somebody's important to you, you don't have them in a fucked up position all their life. You don't have them be less than what their potential is. Because that's what you did. You set people in a fucked up situation, in a fucked up family, and see how they maneuver out of that. And then if you see them trying to maneuver out of that situation, you'll alter their life again and try to bump them off their fucking shit because you never want to see nobody excel that's from a certain bloodline. Why? Why you don't want the truth out there? Why you steal from my grandmother all her fucking life just because she chose to keep me instead of giving me to the skin and picos? That's another thing. My grandmother came from down south. She was a homemaker. She was she used to do like housekeeping. She worked for the Scanner Picos. When my mother had me, my grandmother used to take me everywhere. She called me her little Jesus baby because I was born on August 20th, right? She called me her little Jesus baby. They wanted me. They asked us. She was like, you could just leave the baby here. He'll be fine. Da, 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 da. They tried to take me. They tried to take me from my grandmother. My grandmother told them no. No, I'm not giving you my fucking grandson. This is my child. This is my Jesus baby from my only daughter. I bet you if she would have gave me to the Scanner Picos, my life would have turned out differently because they could alter your life based upon what, whether you're with them or not. Even if you're not with them, you're with them because they can manipulate you mentally through these active denial systems. You ever heard of Havana syndrome? Anybody ever heard of Havana syndrome? That's what an active denial system does. And it's getting more advanced all the time. Pardon me. You gotta really wake up and understand that I don't know if slavery ever been done with chains and shackles and shit like that. But they depict it. But what I realize is that slavery is not done with that shit. It's done with paperwork, paper genocide. It's done with spiritually. It's done mentally. You know, I said on the last video, you could tie up a pony to a stall and he'll stand there because it's a little ass stall, it's a little pony. You could tie that horse up, that same pony when he get grown with the same string, he gonna stay there because it believes in its mind that this little ass thin string could still hold it. But it's not. It's big, it's powerful, it's strong enough to pop that string. And this is what you try to do to people before they realize the truth about their life. Try to have them do something to themselves, incriminate themselves, throw them in jail. Y'all even went so far to set me up in this fucking city as to position people I know in certain places and areas around the city and in certain industries that you knew that I would gravitate towards. I bet you even had people that I know who know me tell the mayor things about me and put little fucking like right, I don't know what it is, like snitch papers, but not snitch, before the snitch. That type of shit. Right little, shit on me or whatever. Cause I can see how you moving. I can see how you moving. They got people at the shelter watching, right? Cause this whole shit is a setup. This whole shit is rigged. Got people at my shelter watching. They got people at the job watching wherever I'm trying to work at. Whenever I'm headed in, this is what they do. And the thing about it is, a lot of you don't even know that you're involved. You just don't even know why you having the thoughts so fucked up. It's because they working, they operating through you. An active denial system is not, that active denial system is to make sure that they control you. They control Pico energy, they control Scepter, they control the banks, all of this shit out here. BlackRock, Boule organization, all it is about control. All it is about control. It's about your energy. It's about your power. It's about the soul you possess. And them stealing as much as they can from you, period. Because when they got to fight a war or something like that and they're behind on funds or whatever, all they do is throw one of their Boule members in jail, one of their Black Illuminati members in jail, strip a bunch of money from them, and then use that money to go into doing whatever it is they do. I know what y'all did. I know what y'all did in the city. I know what y'all did to Native American people. I know what y'all did to these Cuban people. Because I'm a part of all of that. This is why y'all getting this truth. This is why I'm bringing this type of shit to you. It's not even me. It's not even me. This is coming from somewhere. I didn't put all this shit together on my own, even though it took me, sitting back and really meditating and investigating all of this shit. But this is not me. This is divine. This is divine information I'm giving. Because the creator is tired of man pretending to be God, of government pretending to be God. You can't do that. You can't hurt a living being, a living, breathing soul, like a living being. I'm a fucking entity, but you treat me like a slave. And you do this shit to everybody. Everybody's an entity. We just using this vessel to navigate and do whatever our mission is supposed to be here to do on Earth, right? But you take that from us and strip us away from that, and then you got motherfuckers running around here crazy, and they don't even know how to get their life back. This is what y'all tried to do to me. I did that shit to my mom and my grandmother, and you can't get away with this shit. You can't. You cannot get away with this shit. Can't get away with this shit. I don't give a fuck whether you know. You can't. I'm gonna keep blowing this trumpet and everything. Mm. I'm gonna keep putting this shit out there. You motherfuckers got away with a lot thus far. Played in my face thus far. But you caught. And your time is up. Your time is up. The evil shit that you was doing is almost done. Your time is the fuck up. Give it up. Call it a wrap. Hang up your fucking lab coat and just stop. Stop the bullshit. Because I'm not gonna stop coming for you. I'm gonna put in more paperwork. I'm gonna keep putting my podcast up there. I'm gonna keep going down there to the fucking building, and sitting there and just being me, man. I'm not a bad person, never been. Y'all not gonna make me out to be a bad person, even though y'all try to through my father-in-law and through these people and that people. To be honest with you, it's so fucked up because I don't even know who I could deal with because I know you motherfuckers is tied to everybody, and I'm not no racist or whatever, but I know how to Boule get down. I know you got Spanish members, you got black members, you got white members, and all that shit. How the fuck could I trust anybody? Understand that shit. You took everybody away from me. Every fucking body. Like, like seriously. Like, you don't get to do this to people's lives. You don't. And to be honest with you, all this shit is really kind of scary to me. Because if I was allowed to see all of this and perceive all of this, what's really coming? Like, I mean, what's ahead? Like, what's really ahead for me, my family, this country, this city, like society? What the fuck is ahead? Are we moving into like a new, like, you know what I mean, that agenda 2025? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I'm honestly, what the fuck are we doing? Because more and more it's becoming like I don't know what's going on, you know? So it is what it is. When I come up with more information, I'm going to put that on here and deliver more information to you guys. I guess I'm like the fucking Philadelphia Alex Jones out this bitch now. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. But I got to put the truth out there. Because if I don't put the truth out there, they're going to put their truth out there about me. They're going to put their narrative or whatever it is about me. Like, to be honest with you, that little fucking, that guy that they said that did that fucking shit over there where he drove into a crowd or something like that. I think they set that motherfucker up. They set him up to do that. I do believe that they play mental games with people. They'll know that you take a certain substance and have a person spike your substance or whatever with something that's going to alter your mind on some MK Ultra shit and get you to do these type of terrorist events. Because this is why I don't do no illicit substances. I'm done. If it's not marijuana or a little alcohol, I'm okay. I don't want it because they can really spike something and control you and manipulate you to hurt somebody or hurt yourself. That's what I believe they did to that gentleman. He had no fucking. I mean, yeah, he did the ISIS thing or whatever, and he pledged his allegiance or whatever. But what was his life? What was he going through before that? What was he going through before that? That's what people don't ask themselves. Because this man had jobs, LLCs, businesses, family, the whole nine. And then all of a sudden, He just flipped and he got all this shit against him. Was his family in on this? How come nobody didn't read the warning signs and let anybody know ahead of time before this guy was able to commit this terrorist attack? This goes to show you it's a shell game. It's a Ponzi scheme. I mean, if you really add it up and think about it, if this guy had this plan the whole fucking time, right? Somebody would have been blew a fucking whistle on his ass, right? Somebody would blow a whistle on me if I even have a fucking negative thought about some crazy shit, right? But if this guy had all this shit planned all that time, somebody would have been blowing a whistle on his ass. That's what I'm calling shenanigans because somebody set that man up to do that. And that man got a family, children, a legacy that he left behind that got to see him in the light that he's a fucking, that he hurt people when he killed all these fucking people, whatever. Like, what does that do for his legacy? That's fucked up. That's what America do to people. That's what America, that's why I don't play with nobody. That's why I don't fuck with nobody. Because you never know what somebody took or what's on somebody's mind at that point in time. That's why I observe everything, all my surroundings, because you never know what's on a person's mind or in their heart to do at any point in given time. You have to make sure you are aware of everything around you at all times. Because some people aren't really just people. Some people have evil fucking agendas and evil spirits within them. It's a whole nother level of consciousness. And once you start to perceive things on that level, you can start to see people for who they really are. Physically, not just physically, spiritually as well. Because people have hidden agendas that they don't even know about. And it's a spiritual hidden agenda. You can look at a person and tell when they got a different type of glow. When they're on God's mission, right? You could tell when they're on God's mission. But a person will have a whole entirely different aura when they're on the devil's mission, when they're doing evil work, demonic work. They have a totally different aura. Normally, the people who's doing demonic work, they're gonna have all the glitz, the glamour, and shit like that. Either they're gonna be extremely because they want to attract you. They want to attract the people, the gnarly wells, the ones who's just all enticed by any fucking thing. They want to attract them, right? Or they're the bottom of the bottom, and the lowest of the low, and they out here just doing and hurting people because of the order. Now they live a good life, but they don't appear that they don't appear that they live a good life, right? This is what they do. All this shit is done in secret. It's people moving around you every day that you don't even realize that is watching you either watching you either praying for you in a good way or praying for you in a bad way. But either way, everybody's praying for you, praying for your downfall or praying for your upliftment, for your success. And the thing about it is, I've been in this city going through this for years now, and nobody said anything about it. Nobody, not a Gilly, not a Wallow, not a Meek Mills, not to me anyway. Nobody has reached out to me and said, "Hey, brother, let me help you. Hey, brother, let me look into this for you or whatever." You know what I mean? I'm putting this shit out there. I put all the evidence and everything out there on social media and on YouTube or whatever. And for me not to get no type of response or whatever, right? That goes to show me that all this shit is controlled. And that goes to show me that they're involved too. Them star motherfuckers that be doing all types of nut shit up there on the next level that's above here because they see all this shit. I want to send a shout out to the ones who send me who send me words of encouragement and shit like that. Because the next level above us, You know what I mean? They like Kanye West. He talk about my situation in a lot of his fucking songs and on a lot of his interviews. Kanye West. You know what I mean? I salute Bull. Even though he not helping me directly, he helped me through his music and his works. Right? Whacked Out Mirror, my man Kendrick Lamar. You think that he don't see what the fuck is going on? That whole album was about what this fucking country is doing to Cuban people. Whacked Out Mirror, the Spanish music. I really listen. I really pick up. I'm really, I appreciate y'all. That's what I really am. I'm really a West Coast nigga. To be honest with you, I'm really a West Coast nigga. Not even supposed to be in this fucking state. I never fucking liked, I mean, Philly is home, but I never really fucking liked this place. I like Texas. I mean, I like the West Coast. I like shit like that. I done traveled everywhere, been everywhere east of the Mississippi. You know, besides Philly being home, it's never really been home. Ain't nobody really show me no fucking love in this city. Who? When? Where? My own family tried to fucking crucify me and use me to die for their fucking sins. Fuck y'all niggas. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, Philadelphia. Seriously. And I still love you. I mean, I still love you. This home is where I was born at. I love the Eagles. I love the Flyers. I love the Sixers. I just don't love your fucking politics because you niggas are slimy. Niggas are greasy in your fucking slime. Because if somebody catch you red-handed, instead of you pulling that person to the side, letting them sign a non-disclosure agreement so you don't get all this information put out there on your ass and pay them and let them continue on with their life, you rather set them up and try to kill them or try to get them to kill themselves or try to get them to go off the overboard or go over the deep end. So this way you could just make them look like they're crazy or they're insane or they're this or they was going through this or they did that. No, it's not that. It's you motherfuckers setting people up. And you know it. And I know it. A lot of people I'm around might not know it, but I'm going to tell them. Because I'm not just doing these investigations and these reports just for myself. It's for people who live in life every day and can't figure out why they can't get out of the fucking situation they in. That's why I'm doing it. It's for the people who's living their life and doing their fucking damnedest best to get out of whatever situation they in and their damnedest best to try to get to whatever next level it is of whatever tax bracket or whatever life they want, and they just can't. They just can't get there because it's designed that way. It's designed for some people just not to be able to get ahead. And trust me, I know. You're fucking welcome. And I'll see you next time on another episode of God Concept. Please, if you want to support, you know, do it through Cash App, do it through listening to my music, reading the books, or just watching my podcast. You know what I mean? Subscribe, leave a thumbs up, all of that good shit, man. Just stay aware. Stay out of my fucking way. Peace.